Have you ever had a client sit in your chair and you stop and think how challenging this haircut's about to be? I've definitely been there so many times, so you are not alone. But what I have learned is that with the right haircutting system, you can go into any hair texture with full confidence, no matter the haircut they're asking for. So today I'm breaking down the foolproof system that I use to get blurry, crispy results no matter who sits in my chair. If this is something that you think can help you advance your career, this is gonna be the video for you. Let's log in and get right into this tutorial. This is the canvas that we're going to be starting off with, guys. You're going to want to start setting the foundation for your fade. Where do I want this fade to end? So depending on if your client wants a high fade, a low fade, or a mid fade, start your primary guideline with the clipper closed. Because I promise you, if you punch that line in with the trimmer, you're going to be giving yourself a higher difficulty of a line to take out at the end of the haircut. So start with the clipper closed. Your brain can still treat it like if it is your bald line, and then follow up with a parallel secondary guideline, opening the clipper lever all the way up, and this sets the foundation for where you want your fade to end. The next thing that you're going to want to do, guys, is we're going to be reducing some of the bulk. Now, it's going to be more apparent you need to do this if your client that you're servicing has more hair on the sides, but I think it's important to be thorough, and just in case, go ahead and do your debulking. I like using a number 4, kind of like what I showed you guys right here. And if you notice the motions that I'm doing, it's pressure at the bottom and then floating my way up and off the scalp. You see, if I were to stay tight pressure all the way up, all the way the round of the head, then I'm going to be removing almost too much of his weight that he has on top of his head. So keeping the straight up and down motion allows me to blend through multiple different lengths. And the thing is too, guys, like doing this, it helps you become more efficient because you're not going to have to use your 6, 7, 8 guards. You could just use your 4. It leaves it dark enough to have a nice contrast while you're fading. Yeah, and it just gives the hair a really nice solid shape. So now that the majority of the bulk is already taken care of, you establish the shape that you want the haircut to be in. Typically for most men's haircuts, it's going to be nice and squared up, going straight up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to slowly start working our way back down towards those primary and secondary guidelines that we started with. Now on a hair texture that is fuller, is thicker, it's a little bit easier to cut. You've seen in the past many times, I'll skip straight from the 4 to the 2 to the 1. This time though, since this particular hair texture can be very sensitive, like if you make any little line, it's going to be very apparent. So let's play it safe with this haircut, and we're going to go each guard, go walking it down. So we already did the 4, so you'll see here I'm pulling out my number 3 guard, and I'm going to be repeating the same motion, guys. Essentially, it's still going to be pressure at the bottom, floating my way straight up, but the 3 now is going to catch all the hairs that the 4 previously could not. We already did everything we can now, and we caught all the hairs that the 4 missed, the 3 was able to pick up. But now we're going to take that to another level, right? Everything that the 3 guard missed, now we're going to go under that with the 2. And we're doing the same motion, straight up and down. Let it continue blending its way down. We're going to repeat the same steps again with the 2. And you probably could guess the next step is going to be with the 1 guard. And we'll see this come together now. So now that we've already faded our way down and we're using the number 1 guard, this is where you're going to start to see a little bit of satisfaction come together. You could really see the gradients and the shape and the blur of this haircut starting to come together. So slowly fade your way down, start with it open and then work your way down closed. At this point now, you can return back to the bottom of the fade, and you remember we started off this fade with the clipper closed. So what we're going to do is return back to the clipper closed, break through that line. Let's say this is the clipper closed line. With that same clipper closed, we're going to break through it. Just raise it a little tiny bit. Some anxiety can set in like, oh, I may raise the fade a little bit too high. And it's true, you are going to raise the fade higher, but here's what's happening is that when you get to this level, you're opening your level to 1 notch, and now you're opening your lever to 2 notches and 3 notches and 4, and eventually, by the time that your clipper's all the way open, if you're using the proper motions, floating it straight up and off the head, then it's gonna all come together. So we can watch this come together here, guys. Definitely take your time with this. It definitely is anxiety inducing when you're not used to it, but if you go into it with the mentality of, yes, I'm gonna raise the fade, but I'm gonna be making the length longer as I go higher, keep that in mind too. That should ease some of that anxiety that comes with raising the fade. And really at the end of this too, if you need to refine it just a little bit, like I'll show you I'm doing right now, you can go back to that number 1 guard, number 1 guard closed, and just play with the lever to be able to catch any hairs that you may have missed. Don't be afraid as well, guys. You totally can come down to the half guard as well. I am not the biggest fan of using a half guard. I like to go straight from clip no guard at all to the 1, but the more novice that you are, if you're not fully comfortable with this concept of skipping guards yet, go ahead and use the half guard just to detail a little bit. If it makes it easier for you, whatever you have to do to give your client that top level of service. They're the one paying your bills, not me. Now I know that his front lineup is going to be the most challenging part of this haircut. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm starting off just with, the C cups, the vertical bars. Take your time, go back and forth, make sure that they're even. You're going to even see that I start to shape up his beard here as well. I want to get all of that hard stuff out the way first. So that way at the end of the haircut, I can take my time and focus on the most challenging part. One of the biggest reasons why I love this clipper and trimmer set, you're gonna see here, is that I can use this trimmer just to now blast through the bottom of this fade. You know, we started with the clipper all the way closed because I wanted a nice soft line that I could blend into. And now you can see, if I take my trimmers down to the very bottom of this fade, I can remove the rest of this bald bulk, number one, effortlessly. I don't have to worry about any kind of pain or discomfort hitting my client because these blades are sharp, and this is the most powerful trimmer that Babyliss has ever released. You know, with the highest RPMs, you can literally verify that on the box. So if this is a machine that you're interested in, guys, definitely use the links that I have tagged in this video. You'll see the tagged products. If you're already in the market for it, this is a great way to support this channel, so that way we can keep on bringing the highest level of quality to you guys. But I won't recommend anything that I truly don't believe in, man. And I really mess with this trimmer, bro. This thing hits so good. And this next machine is also going to be tagged in the tagged products below, man. This is the Bronze Series 9, but this one in particular is the Bronze Series 9 Sport. This is a much more affordable version of the Bronze Series 9 Pro. Now, personally, with the level that I use it at, I can't really tell what the difference is between the Pro and the Sport. If there's any avid Braun users, anyone who's used multiple different types of their shavers, please let me know in the comments down below what you may think about it. But in my opinion, the Braun is super nice to have as basically a blending tool at your station. You see, some foil shavers are going to leave a very harsh line if you're not very careful with how you basically put the foils on the skin. But these, it has both foils and teeth. It has the capability of cutting through thicker hair, like longer hair, but at the same time it leaves a very soft finish, you know, at the very top of the blend. You don't have to focus on like flicking out or doing anything crazy. It just leaves a nice soft finish. So this may be something that you want to add to your arsenal. Like I said, I'm gonna tag the Sport version, which is what I'm using, because it's a much more affordable version than the Pro. The Pro easily can go over $400. This one is about half that price, so it's real solid, man. If you want to switch up your shaver game, this might be something you want to check out. Now, with every lineup that you do, you're gonna want to break it up into 2 easier jobs. The best way to approach a lineup, guys, is to start in the middle. Okay, go ahead and make your incision in the middle and go ahead and widen that out, so that way you can go ahead and just like have a starting point. Then from there, what you're gonna do is you can take that very same lineup, continue it over here to this corner. Now step back, take a look at it, analyze it, and see if I mirror this to this, is it gonna match up well? Did I go too high? Did I go a little too low? And then you just go back and forth. You hit this side, then you can hit this side. Now step back, see how it's all coming together. But yeah, man, just take your time with the lineup and comb it multiple times. Not only does my client have a thinner hair texture, but his hairline also grows directly to the left. Like his hair at that little cowlick you're looking at shoots straight to the left. So there's a few challenges here. That's gonna require me to continue combing through the hair and being patient and watching it all come together. Leave a comment down below, guys, if you have ever used a Turkish razor just like this one. This is a product that we released in February with Tomb 45, and the Turkish razor is just so much more slim. It doesn't have any bulk to it at all, but I love the material they made it out of because it still feels premium and solid in your hand. I'm just a big fan of the Turkish razors because they basically, it has such a slim profile. I feel like it cuts exactly what I can see. It gives me ultimate visibility, and you could see like it's, you know, not even like as thick as cardboard. It's really thin, and I don't know, I just feel like it really gives me a higher level of precision. You know, they were debating back and forth whether they were gonna release the Turkish razor, and I'm so happy that they did, man. Like, I was really missing this. For a minute there, I was using the Filthy Blends one. That one was good quality. I was also using the little cheap $3, $4, $5 ones that are on Amazon. It's like crispy lines, and those were cool just to become familiar with it. But the problem is, like, it was such a cheap and lightweight plastic. I didn't feel like I had enough control over the blade. It almost became a danger to have that much lightweight of a blade, you know? So I feel like Tomb got it perfect, man. Good quality, good weight. This is also tagged in the products below. And when it comes to the enhancements, guys, you already know we're going to be using the full Tomb 45 system. All of this is linked below. We're going to be using the no drip color. Why do we use no drip? Because it's the only product on the market that is actually formulated to tint the skin safely. A lot of the other products, don't get me wrong, they work really, really well. But what happens is they're hair dyes that have side effects of tinting the skin. Now, what happens with hair dyes, a lot of times clients can get skin allergies from them. So it's not necessarily worth the risk for me. Personally, I have had a client send me a selfie from the hospital before because we used a color enhancement that was not designed to stain the skin, right? So if you're going to use anything other than no drip, you have to go through a process of a patch test, right? Put a little bit of the enhancement behind their ear, see how it works. I'd rather not even go through that, man. I'm just gonna go ahead and use a product I know is reliable, I know is safe for my clients. No drip it is. And of course, we're gonna complement it with the Sean Cuts hair clutch card and the Beam Team XL compressor, another wireless charging tool, you know, in our arsenal, man. So all of this just comes together to help my client just get that extra level of confidence, that extra pop on his cut. You already saw the cut was crispy before we even got into this. Here's the really cool part I want y'all to see, man. I'm gonna go ahead and hit his edge with this enhancement, but I'm gonna take it to another level, and I'm gonna make sure that he has a deeper level of enhancement, guys. So check this out. I'm going ahead and I'm enhancing the edge, but I will also blow all of the thin hair back. And now I can see right there, I can still see the front line that I did, but now I can also internally enhance his hair to be able to give it a even darker and an even fuller and a more thorough enhancement job. These are the details that my clients come to me for. This is what they book me for because they know that I'm not just gonna do a surface level job. And I want your clients to feel the same way about you, man. Whatever you do, man, do it to the fullest extent. And what's really cool about this too, you'll be able to comb the hair down again, and since the head is fully enhanced, you're going to be able to catch these little flyaway hairs even easier. Once you start combing through all of this, bringing it down, you know, those extra hairs are going to pop out even more. So this was a huge gem that really helps me, you know, with this type of hair, man. Let's watch this come together. So we're just really going to be getting into the finishing details now, guys. You know, cleaning up the little flyaway hairs. Nothing crazy, man. I just want to make sure that my client has that full level of confidence when he leaves the barbershop, man. So yeah, this is pretty much what we're looking like as far as this tutorial goes. But please let me know, guys, did you find value in this tutorial today? Leave a comment down below whether you think I did or whether you think I did not fulfill my promise in the beginning of this video to give you confidence into going into any type of haircut, any type of hair texture. Subscribe to the channel and tune into my other videos because I use this same haircutting system over and over and over again for high fades, low fades, mid fades, tapers, curly hair, coily hair, straight hair, thin hair, thick hair. No matter what comes across my chair, I am able to approach every single haircut with this level of confidence, guys, and I want to help you do the same. So again, thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.